Yeah, so you all essentially walked off. You kind of like nodded at the people that you just had like a murder fight with. Fight Club, you don't talk about it after, of course. So you all walk off with your emissary. Does anybody remember what their names were?
Nope.
My emissary.
Sorry, who?
Jezebel.
Yes. And you faded to black with Jezebel. Go ahead and roll us a Constitution save. Constitution save.
Constitution save?
Yep, and a performance check. I'm trying to get James's characters. Oh, okay. James's characters, I'm trying to get them STDs as soon as possible. It's like speed running. So you did not live up to your reputation, although you never really had a reputation in bed, so to speak. So Chesapeake, she was kind of frowning at your attempt. Is there any way you'd like to explain your performance that night?
Sorry, I just think you're really pretty and I got nervous.
Oh, that's quite all right. By the way, don't call. It's okay. I wanted to give you something, and every one of you are having like a similar conversation with your emissary. Not like post-coitus conversation. You didn't all sleep with your emissary. However, they gifted you what you would consider to be citizenship. Each of them provided you with a runestone because it's almost as if they're expecting great things of you. You're more or less going to be a representative for their clan because that's where you're from, that's your background. And so you're each gifted a runestone, and I actually made an item so you can look at it while I'm describing this.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Here's Bruce's. There's Laszlo's. You'll see it. You're automatically attuned to it. Here's Alonso's.
Where are we looking?
It's in your inventory.
Okay.
Oh.
There's Kai's, and then Salvatore.
Ooh.
Yep. So each of you now have it in your inventory, if you'd like to go ahead and read it. So your emissary has essentially provided you with citizenship in the regard that you're going to represent their clan, and they already see you as like the adventure type. They're kind of like scouting for people that will make their clan look good. So they've kind of like scouted you out across these civilians, and they brought you to this arena just to see, you know, what you're made of, your worth. Of course, Kai had like the benefit of being a Genasi, and the fact that Genasi are just so rare now, it's so incredulous, or just they really wanted to see your potential, and they really want to see you work, you know, with them, as well as all of you. And you all kind of like meet up in the bar just outside. It's in the Byakuo district. It's the very first bar at the entrance, or the exit to the arena, I should say. And so I've went ahead and labeled this entire map, and you all are welcome to walk around it. It should be loading for you in just a moment. So as you were talking with your emissary, they gave you a great idea of what living in Call Gaia is like. It's the trade capital of the free world, and well, if you're not working, you're broke. So in order to get work, you have to pay up or prove your worth. And they're actively looking for new faces to represent the clan. So that's you. You're basically their newest representative. It's almost like they hire like one a week, like they're given, you know, that free 50 gold to pass out to new adventurers, you know, once a week. So you're like kind of like the flavor of the week in a sense.
Feels a little Hunger Gamey.
Yeah, kind of.
Not as like as evil, obviously.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though with like the districts and all. So local, you can now call yourself a local.
Hey!
Hey,
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I made this entire campaign for that pun. Now, if
Locals only.
I'd believe it.
mm-hmm. Oh, so I'll let you guys explore this map and just, you know, say things out loud. I was saying earlier that giving you guys like opportunities to talk with one another. So for the benefit of your experience, imagine yourself at a table talking with these other kind of like district representatives, clan representatives. You can also describe yourself now if you'd like. If you want to take turns doing it, fantastic. We can roll initiative, or if you guys want to play it by ear and just like talk it out.
I will have changed back to my Bruce clothes, which is just a nice fine set. I mean, it looks like a business suit, but instead of a tie, it's like a little, like what do you call it? Oh, what the fuck? Like an ascot almost? Yeah. Just like really nice, well-made shit.
I would like to try to see if he's doing that. Did Alonso see if he was changing back into this outfit?
Yeah, you all are kind of like arriving at the bar at the same time. You watch him go into. Go ahead and make a perception check, though.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so you basically watched him enter the men's bathroom, so to speak, and this guy came out. This ascot wearing dude.
Wait, so are we in the tavern right now, or are we walking around town?
Yeah, I'm just letting you see the town map, but right now you are all in the tavern.
Okay.
So like maybe for like the sake of it, yeah, we all like meet up in the tavern, have all these like interactions, and then split off in the town and like do our own whatever.
Yeah, how it's gonna start is that you are in the tavern. So I'm just letting you see the map because it's kind of like this is you're finally civilians now. You can totally explore on your own time. I was also going to just put this out there. Downtime is a thing. So I'd love for you all to imagine, what downtime might be for your character. Like how would you be spending the time you're not adventuring? And by the way,
okay, but we're in a tavern right now, so that's what's going on, right?
We can come back to this actually. I am going to send you to the tavern.
Alright.
Hey, nice. All right, there we go. That's the restriction we're looking for. We need more narrow focus.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, we're sucked just moving left and right.
That's what we're doing.
I love it. This is perfect. All right. Hey, friend. I saw you coming out of the bathroom there after the whatever kind of crazy masked character went in there. You happen to see him go in there?
No, I didn't. I didn't pass anyone on the way in or out.
I'd like to insight check that.
Okay. Go ahead and do deception too, Bruce Vane.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
my
you should.
God.
I think he might be able to deception on that.
Yeah. Sure did. Sure did.
Not quite.
All right. Yeah. Sure thing, friend. Thanks for letting me know.
I was in the stands watching that battle, and you're quite the combatant.
Yeah, those little bat knives really fucking hurt, man. Yeah, it was quite a battle, that's for sure.
Oh shit! Did I get that back?
Yeah, you picked him up after.
Okay.
And, yeah, I gotta say, I regret having to hurt that little green fella. He was really kind and all, but I knew there was it had to be a winner. We had too many eyes on us. Couldn't pass up the opportunity to be a citizen, especially with the what's at stake.
Yeah, I'm still upset about that.
Oh shit! Sorry, I didn't realize you were standing so nearby. Hello, little guy.
I know it's because I'm short and all, but just.
Well, I mean, we're about the same height. I mean, maybe like a foot difference. Anyways, I gotta say, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I hope we can. Is there anything I can do to apologize or to make up for transgressions?
If you're really sorry, why don't you buy me a drink?
Oh, you little drinking fella. All right, hold on. What do you have?
The hardest stuff that they got here. I don't know.
You got it. All right, so I'm gonna go over to the bar and excuse me, barkeep. I'd like one of your strongest drinks for this little guy right here. Make it a tall one. He can handle it.
Okay.
Sabotage saddles up behind Laszlo, and he goes, "When we're talking about reparations, I do remember.
God, what the fuck?
I do remember a certain gas canister being thrown in my face. It would be appreciated if I could have a strong drink as well. Perhaps you could pay for me."
That's how it works. You tried to kill me. I did not appreciate that.
I do remember I first tried to make an alliance with you, which you
Called the
rejected.
hurricane.
I slowly scooch over to the other side of Alonso and away from Salvatore.
I'm gonna go ahead and buy a drink for myself and for Laszlo, so there's 2 silver pieces. Okay, so got it.
Yeah.
Wait, as he goes to pay, I want to stop him from paying, and I'll buy a round for everybody.
Nice.
No, that's
Nice,
the kind of
Ricky boy.
generosity I was looking for.
Well, I
So-
would say I'm quite a fan of the combat I saw from the stands, and I think all these drinks are very well deserved. The name is Bruce Vavain, and
It is a
these
pleasure.
are wonderful show. What brings you all to the city?
I personally am on my first pilgrimage. I am what they say, a hunter of sorts. I look
Okay.
for certain people of the darker natures.
Because you're racist. Yeah, that's right. I remember.
Racist? How so?
Yes, do
Actually,
explain.
and this guy over here, and I point to was it?
Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it just me, or has he been glancing over at me this whole time we've been sitting here?
No, he's been glancing over at you the whole time.
I would be lying if I said I was not wary of your presence, Water Boy. However, I would say I was only doing so to make sure my own hide was intact. I've had run-ins with your type before, and I've come out on the losing side, I should say.
Well, I guess I can make some sense to that. There's not too many of my kind around, so I could see how you'd be a little on edge.
However, after our fight in the arena, I've learned that you are of the more gentle sort, so I'm less worried than I was before.
Yeah, I was a little caught off guard. I didn't do too well there for myself.
So what-
Beer yet?
Oh yeah, well, you guys all get the hurricane, unless you aren't drinking. Is everybody just having one, just for funs?
Wait, it was two silver each?
1 silver piece per drink. It's called the hurricane, and it's tequila and soda water. The bartender, he's a gruff young man. He seems to have like red hair, but he's human, and he's very, gracious to see, obviously, a celebrity as well as a noble. So the celebrity being Kai. Everyone is always looking at Kai. Some approach and they ask you, Kai, what are you planning to do about the global warming?
Cool it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And he gives you a cringy thumbs up. Like, people are kind of weirded out. Like, you're obviously like famous in a way, and then they kind of like nod at Bruce Vane. Bruce, are you kind of like hiding your identity at all as a noble? Because
No.
you're okay. Not really.
I didn't, because I figured I might know some people of high status here, but I didn't think I would be super recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if that's true, but
No, not at all.
I'm not necessarily from here directly.
Yeah, what I imagined your character is kind of like he's an investor. Imagine like Gotham City, like Bruce Wayne walking around. That's kind of like the
Right.
image I'm getting. But we can
Even
totally
here.
work with that. Well, I mean, you're a noble and you're Bruce Wayne. So
Okay.
it's up to you if you want to try and disguise yourself. I'll say that much.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Sounds good. So there's also a bard who is just playing on stage very casually with his lute. He's speaking in sonnets. I have notes here to say, Elliot, write a poem, and I didn't write one, so you can imagine he's telling really bad poetry. And Laszlo, you actually notice that this is a Gemini-owned establishment, and so the bartender actually kind of like slips you an extra drink when you're done, specifically. Basically, when you're up and about, walking around, exploring the tavern.
Get down.
Yeah, great. Well, it's a pleasure to see Kin here. Anything I can do for you, friend?
Yeah, do you know where the local who the local doctor is in this the city?
Well, you're want to go to the Blue District, where all them water lovers are. That's where anything medicinal, like the hospital's located at. And well, I mean, we're all about communication, and as you know, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we tie the world together.
Oh, in fact, I do know that. But I'm looking for some more, whatever I can learn. I heard this city is really advanced in their technology, and I just want to know everything I can about medicine and even these airships. These airships really intrigue me. Do you know where I can learn more about them as well?
Oh yeah, and he actually points over to the airship yard, which is very visible just from outside. Like you can see tons of just repaired airships, as well as broken down ones that have been repurposed into like merchant huts. It's a very like culture hotspot for the air district of Biako. And so he points you in that direction, and he's like, well, you can't miss it. And I'm sure they'll give you a discount if you're looking to buy something there. The market district up north, though, that's definitely somewhere you'll want to visit before you all travel. And so while he's talking with Laszlo, you are awaiting basically a representative of Virgo, Mr. Alonso. And so you were told to look for someone who looks very scholarly. He's always kind of like stumbling over himself. He seems to just always have his face in a book. His name's Milo. I want to show a picture if I can.
So while I have a really high wisdom, so my insight and perception are really high, my social skills are really terrible. So I'm probably going around to every person bar. Have you seen a Milo? I'm looking for a Milo.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Of course. Yeah. Do you know Milo? Hello. Yes, sir. Yeah. Are you Milo? Hello. You look kind of smart. Are you Milo? Hello. I'm going to every person in the bar.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's just not here yet. But that's apparently no one has really like heard of him. He doesn't really sound as like though he gets around. Maybe he's an adventurer or a scholar. You do acknowledge that there is an academy, and it's the Academy of Arcana, and it's just directly to the north. It's Aquarius owned and run, and maybe he's coming from that direction. It's actually quite close. There's a giant bridge that goes over the turbulence that you would be able to enter into the Academy of Arcana, but you also need some kind of like writ of passage. Like it's not an easy establishment to get into. It's very Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Witchcraft.
As they're talking, I'm tugging on my beard or my mustache, which is like Yosemite Sam for anybody that.
And Salvatore, you get the feeling that you aren't exactly welcome here. There's a lot of looks of disgust upon seeing your Blood Hunter brand. Apparently, this is from overhearing just like people talking out loud. Which, go ahead and make a perception check to see if you overhear a conversation about you specifically.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes, well, I hear it is forbidden magic, and I really don't like seeing someone who used the cursed arts here. It's just so disgusting. That belongs in the fire district with the rest of them. And you understand that it's not because you're a cat person. No, furries are now welcome in society, but it's because you practice the arcane anomaly of blood hunting. And although your profession, as you know, is honorable, it's just the act of using blood, not only in your own body, but other people's. It's such a gross idea outside of your community.
The perceptions of the ignorant are nothing that I am unfamiliar with. I pay them no mind.
And if there's anything else you would all like to do in the bar.
I would like to have also gone with Laszlo to check out some of this technology and stuff. That's
okay.
Also what I'm doing.
Yeah, Alonso has essentially like gathered you guys to wait for Milo. It's basically like, guys, he would be saying this, not not me, but he's essentially telling you, hey guys, I have a quest, I have a mission, I have something that we can do to make money, because I don't know about you, but we're all broke. That kind of feeling.
Oh, right, gotcha. My bad. Hey, sorry, my apologies. I was so busy looking for Milo. Gentlemen, please. I was told as representatives of our separate clans, we do have to wait here for some kind of gentlemen. So if you wouldn't mind, like I kind of catch him like walking out the door, like Bruce Wayne and like him are like chatting, walking out the door to the shipyard. Please, we do need to stay here just for a little bit longer, and we will be able to go in on our separate journeys if we'd like to in a moment, but we do need to wait around for Milo.
And unable to keep their attention as they're literally like anxious to go and explore the city, Milo himself actually kind of like stumbles through. He's got like a whole armful of papers all like clattered about. Oh, sorry everybody. You must be Alonso. And he's not looking, well, he is looking down on you. He's like, he pushes his finger up into his glasses, and he actually kind of like thinks about it for a second, and he gets down on your level, like he's crouching, kind of like how you would talk to a kid in a way. Ooh. Oh, so Mr. Alonso, how do you do? My name's Milo.
Nice to meet you. Can you please stand up?
Yep. And he just immediately stands straight up, a little too far in fact, and he's not even like looking at you anymore. He's very awkward. He's cringe. So this must be your team, I can tell. So I will take you to the Lovecraft. We are going to sail across the Cloudy Sea, and as you know, we are going to Hildenborough. It's the farm outside of our hometown of Deep Rock.
All right. Well, you have to give us just a moment. We'd like to kind of peruse the city. We just got here, and we are fairly new here. Could you give us just a couple hours time to just have some touristy moments, and we'll be with you in just a moment on that Lovecraft, as you said.
Yeah, yes, certainly. The Lovecraft itself is a new vessel, and essentially we're delivering the craft itself to Deep Rock Port, and then we need to go and research a little bit of Hildenborough. Apparently, the Gaia tree has got some kind of problem, and well, if you're unaware, there's maybe like 4 or 5 Gaia tree like saplings that have been planted across the world, or at least in the immediate vicinity. And these trees, they're just not growing like our call Gaia has. So we are going to investigate what the problem is, and your crew here will essentially be protecting me. Thanks, guys. And the crew of the airship, well, I can't wait for you to meet them. We do ship off at night. So this evening, sunset, please meet me at the Biako docks. You can't miss it. It's the Lovecraft. What's a signifier? Let's see. Meet me at the portal. I'll walk you over.
Okay, but what are we getting paid for this?
Oh, well, I was told you were already paid, but he did say, and he's talking about your emissary, Mr. He'd be really mad if I forgot his name. His name's Grimwall. Grimwall. I won't tell him you said that. Don't worry. I think he's a Joe Schmo too. So Grimwall, he said he'd pay you guys on your safe return of me, yours truly. Now, if you don't mind, he did say he paid you with citizenship. So, I mean, that's a thing, right?
Quite a pricey thing, actually.
I guess.
I thought we had to fight for our citizenship.
Yeah,
Right, that kind of was the assumption I had, but I suppose, are you saying that after this journey we will be paid for further endeavors?
Well, tell you what, how much do you think you should be paid for escorting a scholar of my nature? And he looks at each of you.
Well, how powerful are you?
Does it have to be on your nature? Maybe more on my nature, because then I think I'm worth a lot more.
Well, I'm a level 3 wizard, so I'm pretty powerful. Now, guys, I can vouch for you. I can give you, some preemptive pay. Like he said he'd pay you. I just need to go talk to him. Maybe at the portal I can inform you how much you're worth. Maybe he can give you some credit if you want to go shopping. I don't know.
Guys, is adventure alone not its own reward?
I like the way this water boy thinks.
So I'll have you know that the airship travel itself, it's probably going to be about 18-hour journey just to get to the outside of the Cloudy Sea. Now, after that, it's maybe a day's travel to get to the tree. So we'll figure it out from there, but I think it'll be smooth sailing, I think.
No, you sure do
Alright.
think a lot, little man.
Well, I am a level 3 wizard.
Well, we have
I
circumvented
can on the back.
for these runestones. Perhaps it would be best of us to take on this task,
I agree.
but not perhaps not without reward or coin. And this is a
from what I
very
hear-
dangerous journey. I assume we'd be going on.
From what I hear, you don't need much coin.
I'm not worried about myself, but y'all look like you might be of use. You might be
Yo.
of use to.
You talking like me now?
It's infectious.
Look at this city boy.
Mm.
Well, anyways, if we're good to go, I'm gonna go ahead and explore the town. There's a few places I kind of wanted to hit up before we leave. Since we
Yes.
just got here and all.
Great. I highly recommend it. Great city, great town, great district. Listen, though, you meet me at the portal at sunset, or we leave without you, and, well, I have to tell Grimwall. But I am going to Grimwall now. If you guys want some prepay, just tell me what I should tell him.
Hmm.
Can I make an insight roll to see what would
50
probably be?
gold per.
Okay, sounds good to me.
50 gold each.
Yeah, everyone make insight or persuasion check for
Oh,
money.
Okay, I have a question for that. The runestone says I get a +1 to persuasion, but it's not added to
Right.
the
Oh, long story short, that was one of the problems that took me an hour to realize, oh, it's broken. So we'll add it, after the fact.
Okay.
However, if you read your runestone, you do get a free cantrip once per long rest. So it's one use of a cantrip. And
Really?
yeah, it's added to your spellbook. It's at the very bottom. So the one time you click it, it actually removes it from your spellbook, and then when you long rest again, it adds it back. So
Did you make
that was one of the technical problems that I was having.
Did you make these runestones before or after we decided which?
Oh, there it is.
I made one for each sign, every clan.
Nice.
So
Nice.
also, what's up? I was just gonna explain more.
I was just gonna say, well, how much do you think we should get paid, Waterboy?
So your persuasion was kind of low. He looks you up and down. Well, I mean, you each kind of, you're worth something in a fight, I'm sure. That's what I was told. That's why I'm trusting you with my level 3 wizard life. I think 50 gold pieces is pretty adequate. And Kai, you're kind of like thinking to yourself, 50 gold pieces can go a long way. And, for a job that's less than a week's worth, 50 gold pieces is pretty good pay.
Okay.
I think this is a fair wage, guys. He's willing to pay us more than food and lodging, and that's all that you really need, isn't it?
I knew it.
Acceptable at this point, I suppose.
And so, listen, I'll talk to him. How about I give each of you 25 gold pieces and, 25 gold pieces when we're getting back. So it's prepay, But of course, I'm not paying you. Hell, I don't even have 20 gold pieces in my wallet. And he's kind of like looking around, like hopefully no one heard him say it out loud. And he kind of like taps his wallet and he's looking around for it. Yeah, it's still there. Anyway, yeah, I'll go talk to him. If you guys want 25 gold pieces, I can provide it. And, go explore the town. Have fun. Sunset. Portal.
All right, see you later. Bye. And I walk out the door.
Very good.
Okay. So if you guys want to spend money, we can totally shop. I don't know what you'd want to buy, but I know some of you wanted to sell some things.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's glitching. Oh my, it's flashing at me.
Oh no.
Where this map?
I might change the name of things, but most of that...
Strobe light in town.
Yeah, there's a strobe light here. You get the idea that, the architecture of the city is split in threes, and outside of the residential district, which tends to be like home built. And you notice like the platforms that you're all walking on, they have kind of like this hovering kind of like dock feel to them. It's actually everyone make an Arcana check to understand it.
Well, I get an extra +1 on those too. Oh boy.
Arcana check.
I could have used that earlier.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so Laszlo kind of like talking out loud as you all are walking outside, you understand and you convey that there are Virgo stones that propel the city afloat. It's kind of like a magnet in a sense. And so these giant rune stones, and as you know, rune stones come in all shapes and sizes. These are all Virgo because they're able to create like a solid platform. It also has like a magnetic pull and push that keeps it level as well as connected.
Yeah.
You're more intelligent than you appear, you small
It's
one.
not water.
No, the only thing water-esque about this district especially is that there are ships, and these ships, they all look like the ships you're accustomed to as a sailor, and you can tell that there's definitely a lot of similarities, and you would have no problem driving one, having come here on one yourself. However, it's still like a cloud, and the city itself is built upon the support of the giant tree, the Gaia tree in the center, but the city itself is kind of like a platform that extends outward in a giant circle around the tree.
What's this question mark over here?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
See, what would be the blue district in here?
So, also, this is for James's benefit, actually. I'll whisper Bruce Vane, because that's
My
fun.
character.
Because he's got Thieves' Cant, so I want to make it something for him. But yeah, keep exploring.
I'm hanging out near the graveyard and herbs.
Did anybody get theirs to stop flashing?
Yes, just refreshed.
Good call.
Well, I'm going to Discord message you, Jim. Joms.
Jim.
Are the herbs where the blue district is?
I'm getting some water. 30 seconds.
Say again?
Oh. He's getting water.
Oh, what did Chris say?
Are the herbs and graveyards that where the blue district is?
Yeah, so the Gravediggers Guild is kind of a collection of just buildings. It's almost as if like there's a religion or some kind of church here. The graveyard and herbs, it's almost as if these herbs are built upon the dead, or like they're grown over corpses. And you can tell that these tombstones are all kind of replaced intermittently. It's almost as if the bodies aren't stored there, but if people wanted to pay homage that someone just died, like their tombstone would be here.
Okay, but where would be the hospitals and the medicinal?
That would be in a different district.
Yeah, I was saying, where's the blue district? That's what the guy said.
Oh, I'm sorry. The blue district is the water district. It's, I think, Suzaku district? Chris, you know the Final Fantasy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Byakuya. Okay, you don't. That's funny. That's funny, actually. Okay, you don't know.
Byakuya Plaza?
So Byakuya, and you notice this while you're traveling throughout the city, and people, you're blending in. Like there's just so many different cultures that are still using this district for trade and business. There's markets, there's street vendors. There's money being spent here. Byakuya happens to be a white tiger, and it is like the symbol of the city. Of this section of the city, I should say.
Is this where the airship stuff is?
Yes, this is.
Airship stuff's on the other side.
The airship stuff is in the bottom right section.
Actually, that was right next to there. If Bruce Vivane is gonna head that way too, I can walk over that way first before heading to the blue district.
And Seiryu district is the one you're looking for. Seiryu. That's the water district.
How do we get our little cursor to show up?
Your cursor, I think it's Alt-C. Yeah, that hides and shows it.
Alt-C brings up my
okay.
character sheet, and I just X'd out of everything. Crap.
Oh, that's cool. Alt-C, if you have your character selected, will bring up your character sheet. But if you don't have your character selected, if you just click on the map, Alt-C will show your cursor.
Gotcha.
Cruiser.
Oh, well, when did you start saying cursor?
Cursor. It's tomato. All right,
Sorry, I'm a little
what's up?
Say cruise.
Where's the airship stuff?
The right
It's-
side.
Yeah.
Right by the mechanic and airship junkyard.
Oh, I'm
Oh, so I'm in
gonna-
the. Oh, there we go.
oh, I had to click that.
I was
Yeah,
on the
right
wrong
over
side.
here. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll head that way with you if you're going that way. We can do that first.
Yes.
The mechanic's right here too.
So the question mark, that's probably going to be airship relative, but that is the Gemini side of town, and it's very communication based. And you'll notice, just holding your runestone in your hand, Laszlo, that it's almost like a walkie-talkie, a cell phone, and they are kind of like the inventors of like modern day communication, talking vast distances. That's what Gemini does. They are the ones that communicate the best. And as you know, Bruce Vane, that Aquarius helped build the highway. They connected the city itself, all of the cities outside of town. If you were to look at the big world map again, there's that giant ring, and that's not only a highway, it's also an aquifer. And so it brings water to the fresh water to every civilization. And there's just like that overall societal need. And so everyone keeps that highway going. It's called the Aquare Freeway. Aquare Freeway? Like Aquarius.
Queefrey? What?
Aquare.
Well,
Aquamarine.
while in this
Ow.
general area, I just want to kind of hop into the midst of everybody and start exchanging information, like what I know about medicine and some of my inventions for more information about how these airships are made and what they're building over here in this mechanic shop.
Oh, sure. Like you're trying to essentially make yourself look intelligent to these people, and they already know you're intelligent, but they also can tell that you're not aware of like the full goings on of how an airship works. And so
That's what I want to get of.
Yeah, and so they kind of like gently correct you as you're talking about it. So you understand that these airships, they're also called gale ships. They each float via an invention that circulates the air and the mist, the cloud underneath it, providing the lift. They can also hover along ground, not too long, due to the magnetism of the earth runes. The fire runes will kind of like provide the energy needed. There's the air that kind of helps that lift. It kind of like allows it to have like a very glidey motion. Water kind of makes it flexible in that regard. It kind of like has that veil underneath it. So like any damage from like say debris floating out, like it'll just kind of like skid off of it. And the earth is like the magnetism. It's the stability.
Cool.
I would have been listening and taking notes.
They let you listen.
What's
I figured we were moseying
we
together.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I would assume that Bruce Vivane has some communication skills too. So
Intimidation.
I'm only intimidating. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
his 8 charisma. He's just kind of like behind you, looking very menacing.
yeah, he's my bodyguard. Anyways, what's going on over here in this mechanic hut?
So you walk in, you see tons of airships just being disassembled for parts, as well as put back together. You could totally approach one of them if you wanted to ask something.
Oh, the mechanic hut is just airship as well.
Yeah, it's just like parts and pieces, like the junkyard. The junkyard, you would buy them. The mechanic is fixing them.
I just want to like take a look at the pieces and observe to see like what kind of pieces I would need to put together an airship of my own.
Sure, make a perception check. Yeah, I mean, just overall, like piecing it all together and looking at the value of some of these things, it would definitely be several thousand gold pieces. You can't even fathom how many gold pieces it would take, but just like the sheer value of runestones of that size, as well as the components for the airship itself, just so it can be light and flexible. It's they're worth every penny, though.
Okay.
Great. So looking about,
Do we know that Bruce has an airship?
Bruce does not have an airship. He was.
I thought he did.
He had a chauffeur. Long story.
He had an Uber over here.
Yeah.
I like to say that apparently my background biography is I'm a chump. I just don't have my character sheet.
I typed that in to test. I'm glad you saw it because I knew you'd. Yeah. So Bruce Vavain, he had a private chauffeur send him here, but Elfred, your personal butler back home, has told you under your orders that all of your family's money is to be used for philanthropic reasons only. So he's not giving philanthropic. He is not giving you us another penny of your own fortune.
That's fine with me. This is the part before I've returned to Gotham as full-on Batman. This is the intermittent we're not getting arrested and researching and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not. I don't have coffers and coffers of gold.
Okay.
Let's go make coffers and coffers of gold, buddy.
So I want to. I'd ask Laszlo. I'd be like, perhaps I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but I have a few ideas for some technologies that I'm here researching. If you'd like to work together on those.
Do you have a blueprint laid out or anything like that?
More like sketches, and I'll show him some things, and it's like a hood with some some goggles that look like they'd be helpful to see in the dark. Something that launch pellets.
That's a legit infusion.
And,
that's funny.
Some sort of a motorized winching system that could be used on a grappling hook, things like that.
Oh, I see here. This is interesting, but maybe if you do, and I scribble on something to show them how to do it better. Maybe if we do something like this, yeah, I could totally see something coming.
I would have never thought about it that way.
Okay,
so
very cool.
for future rests, long rests.
And you find that this area is the place to build it and get the parts. This is definitely gadget gizmo central. This is where you would find modern technology at its prime. You basically over here, and this is for everyone's sake, that the Earth District is very good in terms of armor. They have a lot of produce. It's a very farmers market central. Fire, on the other hand, they are more weapon focused. They are more or less like the guns. If you guys wanted actual guns, go to Fire District. As well as
eventually,
warlocks and blood hunters. They kind of control that district in a sense. It's just a culture thing. And then the Water District, very medicinal, hospitals, a lot of rest and relaxation. If you wanted to go to a sauna or a pool, that's also a good district for that. So let's go around the map. Alonso, what are you up to?
Well, I'm just kind of going around town, strumming on my guitar, yartang, whatever.
Okay, just checking it out.
Yeah, really, he's kind of checking it out. Really, don't have any aim in mind. I'm just kind of waiting on the day to go by. I'm really out of place in this city. I much prefer, cold stone or grass beneath my feet. This all these buildings and all like that. It's just a little too much for me. Yeah, I know, right? When I thought the same thing. I thought I could talk and not be the center of attention, but apparently it makes you the center of attention. Yeah. So just kind of, I'm not anxious, but I'm just I'm ready to go. I'm waiting to my time here in the city is come to an end. I'm only here to pick up jobs and get back out into the wild again.
Mm-hmm. And you were one of the first ones to check out the portal. And the portal itself, you noticed that your citizenship doesn't get you through the portal. It's almost as if it closes as you get close to it. The portal itself is to get to the upper levels of called Gaia. So you're on local right now. and mid call would be the next one up, and then above that would be high call. And you notice that the emissaries, they all live on mid call, so maybe they do business up there, but they didn't really talk much about that. They kind of like introduced you to low call, and that was more than enough for you. Like, you didn't want to be overwhelmed, and your DM totally doesn't have anything for mid call, but you totally also know that mid call is kind of like the upper echelons of society. It's where like the richer people would be living, and then high call would be like the richest of the rich, as well as like politics in general. Like, that's where they would be governing.
Right.
Kind of like Bossing Say.
Yeah, Bossing Say. There's no war in Bossing Say, by the way.
No, never.
Okay, so looking around, Kai, what's Kai up to?
Kai would be naturally drawn to the water district, just strolling about, seeing if anything stands out.
Oh yeah, the water district.
Cool.
Yeah, you know that the Seiryu district is where the water clans would be residing, and you are very excited to go explore it. However, this is the air district. This is Byakko district, so everything you see here is all air culture. What I said was water district. I can see how that would be misleading, but that is not here. You are currently in the air district. All of these blue buildings is kind of like Gravedigger owned, and it's the Gravediggers Guild. And you just kind of explore a little bit of it. You get a lot of side eyes. People come up and ask you, hey, are you, hi. And then they run off. Everyone's kind of like either threatened by your presence or just assumes that you're here on like official business. You're almost like a walking legend. Is there anything you want to talk about, like with these people that come up and approach you as you're just walking around? Like, is there anything that you as an individual want to share, like your life goal or like your mission? Like, people are like, why are you here?
So at this point, I think I would be very dismissive of people putting any kind of significance on me, and I would probably just dismiss them, saying things like, you know, just in between, just on the next stop before I head out, and kind of almost pretending like I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. I've never seen a genasi before. Will you give me an autograph? And she opens like her diary. It's a little young girl at the Fountain of Youth. And as you approach the Fountain of Youth, you understand that this is just kind of like a little playground where it's like a fountain that has like geysers in it. And these little kids are like running through it. And you're just kind of like walking through. Like, you're not, you know, idling as longer than you should, but yeah,
kind of way.
Yeah, but these kids, like, they've heard about you, and they understand that the Genasi, like, seeing one is kind of like a sign that, you know, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia is listening, and like that she's, you know, trying to make good things happen. Like, you're kind of a good omen, but you're also like, there's a lot of weight on your shoulders and you can feel it.
I think for the kids then I would be casting shape water to make little, almost like balloon animals out of water, like little animals out of water, just kind of suspended in the air there to entertain them.
Okay, no, that's cute. Make a performance check, just for fun.
Okay.
And you said the water district is not in local?
Local is 4 districts. So the water district is also called the Seiryu district. And this is for everyone's reference. Water is Seiryu. They call it the water district, the blue district, and that's just for everyone's kind of like, east side, west side, that sort of thing.
I clicked it multiple times.
Oh, I see.
The first one looks like
first one counts.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're shifting, this water, the Fountain of Youth, you're kind of like going with the flow, so to speak, and you make these geysers kind of like coalesce with one another, and you're able to make a rainbow, and all of the kids are just ooh, ah. You even begin to make bubbles, and these bubbles come in all like different animals that you've seen in your travels, and they're kind of like fish being chased by larger fish, and then like a bigger fish, and they're just like chasing each other, trying to eat one another. There's like dolphins jumping in and out, and you kind of like make them pass through these children, and you just kind of like make it so fun for these kids, and they stop worrying about their troubles just for a brief moment.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, one of the parents actually walks up to you and shakes your hand. Thank you so much. You've given us hope. And as they walk away, you look in your palm and you got a gold piece.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
You're
Nice.
fucking rich now.
So
Hope water.
this is just for the natural 20. But Salvatore, no
Okay.
pressure. What are you doing? Hope you get a 20.
I probably would go. I would know to go to the Bloodhunter district, correct?
That
Or-
is in the fire district, which is called Suzaku district. And you understand, Suzaku is a big flaming phoenix. That's the symbol of Suzaku. And for everyone else's reference, the Earth district is Genbu, and it's a giant turtle, an adamantoise. And it's basically like a turtle made out of rocks. And so right now you're in the Byaku district, which is a striped tiger that is white with giant saber-toothed fangs.
Nice.
Okay, well, my main goal would be to gather information on any of the, no good doings of elementals, and so I would peruse the blood hunters and just try to gather information on what I could do to find something that needs, because I'm trying to prove myself as a blood hunter.
Yeah, and as a blood hunter, you're still more or less a bounty hunter, a mercenary, and all of you kind of acknowledge yourselves adventurers, mercenaries. Like, you work for a living and your work is to adventure. And so for you specifically as a blood hunter, you understand that hunting down elementals is your proficiency. It's what you're good at. And so you kind of look about, especially in the taverns. The Turbulence, which is where you were from, you were one of the few that walked up to the bounty board, and you noticed that are always active hunts for elementals specifically, because they're so prevalent and they cause such chaos. And air elementals are very mischievous. They kind of like to cause a problem and then watch it unfold. They're very chaotic. And so air elementals, they have like their own sect of essentially quests that you could do for specifically for air elementals if you wanted to. And so every district has that. You do understand that water elementals, they kind of act in the sewer of this town. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
All elementals found a home in Gaia. And the sewer itself is definitely a dangerous spot unless you know how to handle a water elemental. And they are very elusive.
Okay, and I did that back when we were in the Turbulence?
Yeah, you just understand that elementals are everywhere. Even though you're in a city, there's still elementals abound. And they can cause problems, they can kill. And you feel, it honorable to kill the elementals.
All right. Well, then after I learned all that, I shadowed Kai, and just making sure he's not evil. So I don't want him to know that I was following him. I was just trying to watch without being seen.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Okay. Where is my? There you go.
So you're watching from a distance. And you totally look like a creep at the Fountain of Youth. However, nobody looks at you. Nobody notices that you're a creep at the Fountain of Youth. But you're watching not the children, but the Blue Devil. And the Blue Devil, you notice...
Kind of nice guy.
Yeah, he's more like Blue Angel. But you do notice that there are people that are looking at him with disdain. The same disdain that you felt in the tavern, where people just don't trust his presence. And you can tell that there might even be like some sort of water elemental in this city that would see the death of Kai, whom you just met, and you're starting to understand that he is not an elemental per se.
Well then, so I'm seeing people with dagger eyes. Would I be able to deviate from the path to follow someone that I feel like is not liking him, or is that not the kind of thing I'm seeing?
No, it's more or less like parents that are just kind of...
Okay, so I just get the idea that someone could be, not everyone's happy to see Kai, but the people who are happy are coming up to him and telling him.
You do notice, however, that one of the storm drains that the water pours into as it's being recycled for the Fountain of Youth, that it had like a strange hue, kind of like a greenish hue. And as Kai himself showed up, it started to withdraw and you can tell that there was some lively presence to it in your hunting.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want Kai to know I was following him, so I'll just continue to shadow him until we get back to the portal.
Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and take our short break, and then everybody's at the portal.
Quick question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
On my thing, it says the Aquarius runestone, but in the description it says it has Gemini energy. I don't know if there's some
typo.
It's a weird mistake.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Okay.
Before we go to the portal and all that stuff, could I check the shops to see if they have any goggles of the night, like any night vision goggles?
Overall, like, no problem finding a magic item store, and yeah, you could totally find night vision goggles. How much are those?
Oh, I just want to see them.
Oh, you just want to look at them? Be aware of them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Specifically, these types of goggles.
Okay, make a investigation check.
Okay.
They're actually quite uncommon. They're a wondrous item. They don't even require... Yeah, they don't require attunement, and thus they are expensive.
Wow.
Okay.
Right now, they're a bit out of your price range. Overall, a couple hundred gold.
Elliot, you gotta understand what I'm doing here.
I know what you want to do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, as long as I can see them, maybe like look at them, pick them up or something, just to investigate them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Feel them out. I'm good then. That's all I wanted to do before heading to the portal.
Perfect. And yeah, for the Aquarius runestone, I hope you can make True Strike work. It's kind of like a meme spell, but I like the idea of it.
I don't think I will.
Such a meme
It
spell.
works for rogues. It works for rogues.
Yeah.
It works for.
There's potential.
Is it a first level spell or a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Oh yeah,
So-
yeah. You could definitely make it work.
Yeah,
One-time cantrip, though.
secret here is when you guys are able to go to Midcal, you'll get a first level spell. Like you understand that as your citizenship goes up, that, you know, one-time spell will also go up.
That's very cool.
Cool, everybody's here. So you all gather around the portal at sunset, and you notice very clearly that there's the Lovecraft. It is a nice heart-shaped, giant, what seems to be like a cruise ship type of airship. It's very user-friendly, so to speak. There's clearly it's being repurposed at the moment. Like maybe cruises aren't as prevalent as they could be. Like people aren't actively, going out on the cloudy sea just to have a good time. So it's currently being stored, and there's a lot of like cargo being kind of like pushed into what appears to be like some kind of container on board. And you can see that there are people getting on board. Milo is currently at the portal, kind of like talking with you all. Oh, great. So, glad you all could make it, and I am very excited to get on the way. I can't wait to show you the Lovecrafter herself. She is beautiful, as well as Kida. Oh, God, Kida. Sorry. So, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
Let's set off.
I just spoke like Keith for a second. Oops. But yes, ready to go.
Is Dylan here? Because his camera's not on.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Good. Yep. So you all get aboard the Lovecraft. You also, just so you are aware, there's that line of guards that you passed, and they are all very buff, beefy. I just wanted to give you a better visualization. They don't use swords. They use steampunk arms. They have...
What is that from?
I don't know. I thought it was so cool. But yeah, all of these guards, yeah, they have what appears to be giant mechanical arms that kind of move with every muscle, and they kind of have like geysers of steam kind of spew out. You might see these only in the air district. Maybe this is like a certain sect of the guards, but they are essentially keeping the peace, and you all go about your business as easy as ever with these new runestones.
I'm very excited to see these.
Can I tell if these are their actual arms or like they're just like putting on?
Oh yeah, they're like gloves. However, you do note that some of them may be amputees, and this is kind of like making up for that fact. But most of them are wearing them like gloves, like equipment, like armor.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, this is Steampunk 2077.
I know.
Yeah, I'm taking notes of the arms for later.
Yeah, last was like.
So as you all get aboard and you're noticing all of the cargo being just shuffled and pushed past, there's mostly a dwarf crew, at least half, I would say. You can tell that this is kind of like a Virgo excursion. So
all right.
Yeah, you all get the feeling that this might have some kind of like turmoil as you go out, because they're definitely like brandishing weapons too. You're hoping it doesn't come to that, but everyone go ahead and make a perception check.
What? They're brandishing weapons?
Not at.
I know.
They just have weapons, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Y'all be friends. Man. Look at all them good rolls.
What do me and Bruce see?
You see my benevolence as I tell you too much. The cargo itself, you can tell that one of them's like kind of like moving inside, like there might be like some kind of creature, but most of them seem to be like goods, rations. There's herbs, tea leaves. There seems to be armors and weapons. Like this definitely looks like the type of shipment that while, as you know from Milo, this is kind of like a two birds, one stone thing to get you to your location, that this ship is transporting valuable goods.
So he said it would be about 18 hours and then a day?
So yeah, 18 hours to get back on dry land, and then a day's travel to get to Hildenborough. So
from Deep Rock.
Yes, Deep Rock, you are getting there first. So 18 hours to Deep Rock. And then Deep Rock Port, you're basically leaving from, and that's going to take you to Hildenborough.
So does this count as a long rest then during this airship ride?
You all should have already taken a long rest.
Okay, yeah, we should have already been like.
But it's important for me because I get to do things during long rest.
Nope, you don't get a second one. Only one long rest. So you all are now aboard the Airship Lovecraft. So I hope it loads up for you. And
can I talk to Milo? Oh, sorry, you were still describing things.
Yeah, you essentially are behind Milo as he walks you all into like the cafeteria meeting area, and so you notice that there's about 8 other individuals there, crew members, half of which are dwarves.
Are we supposed to see something?
So I'll say
Dwarf Brothers.
Yep, it's loading up for you.
Should I call you Captain or just Milo?
Oh, me, Milo? No, I'm just a simple cartographer. Which, if you ever need, a geography lesson, I can show you anything on a map and then some. Wait, that sounded rude.
I know. I just said my Dwarf Brothers, but I just take that back. My character is not about that. All the Virgos. He's not a huge fan, and I've got a sinking feeling this map looks very familiar.
It should be for a couple of you. So looking about, you notice that there's several dwarves meeting and conversing. They all kind of like side-eye you. They know that you're the help, so you're not essentially like, important to them. But they're all keeping to themselves. You're welcome to approach one of the tables. Milo is kind of like there to introduce you, should he have to. Captain Rourke is the first one he introduces you to.
All right, sorry, I'll pay attention.
Yep. So Captain Rourke introduces himself. Oh, yes, sirs, I am the Commander Rourke of this ship. We are heading straight for Deep Rock, and I understand that you will be going to Hildenborough, which is, only a day's travel. However, I assure you that this will not be a leisurely trip. We do have word that there are bandits out on the cloudy seas, and well, it might become of you to assist us in this endeavor? I know you weren't required for such a monumentous task, but I do understand that you are well equipped for such a situation. Does anybody say anything to him?
I mean,
You look mighty insinuous, but that's fine. Insidious is what I meant. Insidious is what I meant. But
Stereotypes, I understand. A commander must lead by fear first and patience second.
what's with the?
You might have
what's
got that backwards.
I'm still working on what comes next. Right now, it's fear.
So once we do get to Deep Rock, is there somewhere for us to stay? And then how will we be traveling to Hildenberg, Grand, or Hilden, whatever?
Well, I won't be flying you, unfortunately. My crew and I have business in Deep Rock. Now, should you so inquire, I'm sure you could find a wagon, but it's definitely a day's walk. Like, if you can make good progress out there. Here, let me introduce you to my second mate, Kita. Actually, Kita is not my second mate. My second mate's Helga. I grabbed the wrong token. That's why. So Helga introduces herself. She's very soldier in her stance. She has her hands crossed behind her back. Yep. And Helga, introduce herself. Yes, thank you, Captain Rock. I'm Helga. I will be the navigator. I will be driving the ship along our journey. Should you need anything, do not come to me. That's all. But in emergencies, you will listen to me, and you will listen well.
If we need to report anything, where would we go?
You will go to communications. Miss Packard will be the first one to relay any information that requires my assistance, and then I will be of the utmost priority to bring that information to Rourke. We are very busy. I must keep an eye out for bandits myself, and Rourke has plenty of... What do you do, Rourke? And you can see her kind of side-eye Rourke, trying to put him on the spot. Well, you see, I have to plan our next excursion, Miss Helga. And here's Miss Packard. Let me show you what she looks like. And so she's got like a headset on. Yes. Just please tell me I can use the intercoms to spread a message, report a body, anything like that. So would anybody else like to make introductions? Or there are going to be multiple... It's an 18-hour trek. You're going to meet others.
I pretty much just keep to myself, keep to the party, don't speak to much anyone else.
Now, Helga, I've been on many a ship. Is there any place that you might use a hand?
Well, and this is Milo talking to you, Kai. You guys are really not here to drive the ship. I mean, overall, just keep to yourselves. That's all I gotta say. If you need to step in, maybe someone goes overboard, heaven forbid. I'm sure, we could use a man of your services. I can tell you've driven a ship once before, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I look a little disappointed, and I think we can only hope somebody goes overboard or something.
Wow, I must have misheard you because that sounded like a threat. But you know what? You're all right, Kai. I know you'd come in handy in a tight situation.
That's all I mean.
Yeah.
Validation.
Yeah. So Milo.
Situation.
Oh yeah, Milo kind of like fixes his collar real quick, and he walks over to Kita. Kita, you can tell she's a druid, much as yourself, Kai, and she's kind of giving you the side eye. There's that whatever the druids can't. Isn't there a language they speak?
Druidic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a writing language, like thieves can't to write it, or not.
Oh, God.
Thieves can't is spoken, right? But
yeah. So Kita is kind of like blushing, talking to Milo. You can tell Milo's laying it on thick, and it's like the bad kind of thick. And Kita is kind of like trying to push aside and go introduce herself to all of you, especially you, Kai. Of course, you caught her attention, being, you know, a Genasi. Well, I look forward to our adventure together, as short as it may be. I am the botanist on board, and, well, if you need any type of medicinal herbs, I'm your guy. But Dr. Sweet over there, he's the real medic. I just present maybe like antidotes, antitoxins, things like of that regard.
Oh, what herbs do you use exactly? Like, what are the herbs that you find around this area?
Oh, I'm so
Please
glad
do
you
tell.
asked. And she goes into extensive detail on like all the different herbs that are from her homeland. And she is a Sagittarius, so it's more or less like mushrooms to the north, wide variety. She actually carries a couple of very poisonous mushrooms on board, and she's kind of shy about sharing that information. But it's something she's very proud of, is just like being able to find rare, very hard to find flora. And it's just something that has fascinated her entire life.
I would like to say a lot.
Oh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I have 2 follow-up questions for that. One is, am I familiar with any of these herbs or any of that stuff coming from where I am? Or
That is like,
new to me?
yeah, that's like the opposite side of the world for you. So
Okay.
you're enamored with listening though.
Okay, I'm taking notes like mad then. And then
Yeah.
the second is,
She opens
I
up
wanna-
like her book and shows you actual like taped down versions of the plants too. So yeah, like that'll give you a little perk in case that becomes relevant.
I open up my book and show her my herbs.
You can tell that hers are much better condition than yours just because you're goblin. We'll just say, you know, for fun's sake, like yours are a little bit more unrefined,
Wild.
but yeah, a little more wild for sure.
Alonso is like having major like mommy like vibes from her because his mom was a druid, and so like having this like druid woman on board, who's like super obsessed with like nature and stuff. He's like, hey. He's like not saying anything. He's kind of like watching all the interactions, like in a very like sad, forlorn kind of way.
Yeah, and you can tell she's closer to a ranger than she is a druid, but she carries like a nice crossbow. However, yeah, she totally understands that you have that same affinity with Earth, and that, you know, nature is definitely worth living and keeping it alive. You know, so it's nice to have that kinship, and you guys have like a small conversation or two about, you know, like hopes, dreams, etc.
I stutter the whole time.
Yeah, she's very sweet. Yeah, she's like the shy girl. But when you talk about, you know, their passions, it comes out.
Could I want to ask to borrow
Honestly.
one of her poisonous mushrooms.
Yeah, her poisonous mushrooms. She'll show them to you later if you want.
Hey.
But she kind of like says it under the radar, kind of like she knows they're almost illegal and she doesn't want to talk too much about them.
About to get high as fuck on the mushroom.
Yeah. Yeah, and just looking about, there's definitely a couple mechanics that seem to work on the engines. There's a cook, there's the medic, who is Dr. Sweet, and you'll all get a chance to meet him. There's also the Audrey, who kind of like waves. She doesn't really want to talk to you all, but you can tell that she has a very prominent position on this ship. She's the one that like keeps it running. Like basically she provides the electricity. She's like the head mechanic in a way. Here's a picture.
I love all the references.
I was making sure it's the whole crew.
Yeah. Oh, we got them all. Don't worry. But she's great. So if you all are ready to embark.
Let's go.
I'm ready to embark.
Okay. So
Brock.
yeah. So Milo presents a champagne bottle to Helga, and Helga just kind of like hands it to Rourke. Rourke steps outside, basically nonchalantly breaks it on the side of the Lovecraft, and it takes off. You guys drift at first, but then you watch as the propellers start to wind up, and it starts going and going, and everyone goes to their assigned positions. If you all would stop moving so I could delete other people. I don't want to delete your character.
Wait,
taking
this is a new ship. I thought this ship was just old and unused. This is a new ship. What the hell? I'm confused. Like a lot. I was like, wait, don't they break bottles?
Yeah, it was just for fun.
He's like asking people that are walking away.
Well, it's like a cruise ship, so I'm not sure if
No,
this
I
is
know,
with all cruise ships, but it's kind of like, yeah, just helping explain it. But it's like a tradition, you know, like when a cruise ship of this regard goes out.
Cool.
You know what? I'll let you guys walk about the cabin, but here's the plan. I have a mini game in mind, so I'll go ahead and let you all walk about. I'll just delete these invisible walls real quick. Let me just make sure the secrets are staying secrets, though.
Ooh, a list. Can I go find the captain?
Okay. Alright, you guys are free to roam about the cabin.
Wherever he
I found the
would
captain.
The captain is south of the cafeteria.
My little buddy
Sorry, I'm lagging.
that I shot in the ankle.
Who is this guy? Oh, hi, Cookie.
Cookie is the chef. You can tell he's got like a mismatched kind of like he's got like a chef's hat on, but it's definitely like his own style. And he's hanging out in the storage area looking through all the rations and such.
I get that reference.
Oh, you're thinking World of Warcraft.
I am.
Yeah, same difference.
Not the same cookie?
No, there's a cookie from a certain movie that I didn't pull these pictures from.
I never saw this movie that...
Yeah, I have no idea what this is.
Really? You guys haven't seen Atlantis?
It's Atlantis.
Oh, that's right.
Is this the
Okay,
captain's
I lied.
quarters?
I have seen it. It's been so long, I don't remember anything about it.
And so, Salvatore, you approach Moliere, and he has a very thick accent. I decided that all Gemini, like super native Geminis, are going to be French. Oh, hello! And that was a little more. Yeah.
Very French of you.
Yeah, so Moliere, he's kind of like busy tinkering with this giant engine, and he kind of like fiddles with a wrench, and it actually, as he's turning around, it actually fell behind him inside the engine, and it started click, 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 and you can hear something get caught. But you have his full attention. He didn't even notice. Oh yes, yes, monsieur. My name is Moliere, and I am one of the mechanics, engineers. How are you? Good to meet you.
Good. It seems you're quite flustered here. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, I am a tinkerer by trade, but this is the biggest tinkering I have ever done.
Oh, you're somewhat new to the crew?
Well, yes, I usually fix, like mechanical creatures and stuff that are very small and delicate. This is big and very not delicate. And you can tell he's kind of like sweating as he's trying to get his composure. But listen, they like me. Apparently I'm likable.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. How about I help you get the wrench out of there for you? How about that?
What do you mean? There is no wrench in there. And he's looking at his hands as he's talking. Oh, where is my wrench?
And then Salvatore tries to deftly reach into the interworkings to grab the wrench, unless it's like in a dangerous spot.
Nope, sleight of hand it.
Natural one. Nice.
Not great.
Close.
Yeah, that wrench. You push it into a spot, but you were not able to pull it out of the spot. And do you think the spot is okay? Like, obviously you know it's there.
Well, that definitely seems like it's not hurting anything right there. But I'll hang out with you, Moliere. How about you try your hands? Why don't you grab the wrench?
He looks at your hands, then back to his hands. He's kind of like short and stumpy. He's kind of a dwarf in a regard. So your reach was almost twice his. Yes, I can try. Yeah. Now I see it. And you can tell he's now sweating even more. Let's find out his sleight of hand check.
Oh God.
You hear a. You know what? We'll be okay. And you can tell there's smoke. Will you go tell communication we might have problem?
I suppose I can do that for you. Yeah. I was never here.
Yes, you would. as you're walking away.
You deliver a message from the engine room.
Yeah. So looking over, you all are meeting Dr. Sweet, who is in the medical bay. That is Alonso and Laszlo. So Dr. Sweet, he's a very nice, very well-shaven black dwarf. Are there black dwarfs? Why not?
Yeah. They're generally dark. They're generally like copper skin and stuff like that. I'm copper skinned. I'm like a bronze skinned character. Like he's about the same color as me.
Yeah, so he's a little on the darker side. He's one of the mountain dwarves, and you're accustomed to him. Yeah, he's chocolate, and so he's just doing with the formalities. Listen, guys, I'm pretty busy here, but I mean, anything I can do for you. My name's Dr. Sweet. Just come and get me if you need me. Please don't break anything, especially your own bones or anything of that nature, please.
Yeah, what are you busy here with? I'm actually a doctor myself. Maybe I could help out and assist you.
Well, right now I'm cataloging all the goods that we're bringing to the armies along the Deep Rock Foundry. Now, there's not really much you can do for me, and I appreciate the offer, though.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Doctor. Oh,
no, you
sorry,
go.
friend. Let me ask you, Dr. Sweet. If you had somebody in here from another clan that was dying on the table, would you save their life without asking for anything in return?
Of course, sir. I mean, I'm a doctor, and I'm a Virgo second.
Very well. Very well. I move a little bit closer. I was kind of like keeping my distance. I move a little bit closer.
Sure, make an insight check. And Laszlo, make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the way he said it, I mean, there's no qualms about it. Like, you can tell that this man honors his profession. And yeah, Laszlo, you just seem too excited at the concoctions that he had on his table, and he totally saw your eyes just darting back and forth from the conversation that he was like trying to maintain with you, and your just attention was just so skewed towards the things rather than the person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, is it okay if can I ask one last question?
Sure. What's up, little goblin buddy?
I'm just wondering, you're a medic that's been traveling across the world, on this airship, right?
You got that right, yep.
Have you ever seen anyone come down with these specific symptoms of trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion, inability to wake or stay awake, or bluish lips in the face?
Oh man, you're talking about the bush virus. I know exactly what you're talking about. The bush virus has been going around all of these outlying towns. Now, we don't really understand where it comes from, but we know that it is not coming to our main city, Gaia. And see, the bush virus, we think, has something to do with the lack of Gaia trees on the outside. And that's what I hear is what you guys are going into, what you're following Milo for. Milo's a good boy.
Interesting. Okay. I'll have to do more research.
Yep. Please, here's my card. And he gives you a card with his address on it in Gaia. So if you ever wanted to visit, I can tell that you are, at least proficient in medicine, so to speak. So if you ever, find yourself with idle hands, please come visit me back in town.
Alrighty.
If I, of course, survive this trip. And he chuckles to himself, ominously.
Oh, how wouldn't you survive the trip?
I don't know. I just feel like there's a threat among us,
I love that game, but I guess I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. So Kai, where are you about?
I'm looking to see if I can get some fresh air.
Ooh. Okay, I like it.
I don't think anybody's out here though, are they?
Nope. Make a nature check or a perception check.
Okay,
I came up with a great idea for my hunter's mark. I'm excited.
let's go nature. Haven't done that yet.
Nature
So-
check.
You
Nice.
step outside, and you can tell that this is the direction the aircraft's going, first and foremost. And it's just such a liberating feeling. And you know it's not the same as being out in the open ocean and enjoying the salt water and just having that type of experience, but it's so akin to it. And it
Close
feels...
second.
Oh yeah, it's nice. And you can see the fog begin to just kind of like spew up and over the ship, and it wafts at you. It's not the same as salt water, but you can feel like there's like this smell in the air. Yeah, it's not really something you can identify, but it does smell a little bit acidic. Oh, hi, blue boy. And hovering in front of you is what appears to be an air genasi.
Oh. And what are you doing here?
Oh, well, pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name's Gail, and I've heard a little bit about you, at least knowing that you're in called Gaia. You aren't very subtle in your movements.
No, I don't tend to be. I tend to just go with the flow, and sometimes that has me one place, and sometimes it has me out in the open.
No, I expected that of you, and well, I'm excited to meet another Genasi. It's been quite some time, and well, you're one of the few I haven't met. And listen, I hope you understand that me, being a Libra, I just like to be knowledgeable. I like to understand things, and I hope you share with me some wisdom of your own in the future. I don't expect to see you for some time, but I thought I'd say hi.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
The skies can be lonely, but I can tell you've got some friends aboard.
I do, but I take it that you're not a passenger of this vessel here?
Oh, no. I like to fly the skies alone, but every now and then I like to explore with a special someone. And she kind of like giggles at that idea. And maybe like she's thinking of like a past life she might have lived. And well, you see, I just like to see who's out and about. And I knew you'd be here. So I thought, why not say hi to a brother or sister? I honestly didn't know. But now it's a pleasure, and I hope that we'll meet again. Hopefully not on the battlefield, of course.
Hopefully not. We don't see too many of our kind.
And with that, she bids you adieu. She does like a little hand gesture, and you can watch as she literally just arms back, flies across the sky. Like, this is kind of like a pastime for her. Like, you can tell as an air genasi, like that would be something you would imagine yourself doing. Like, you obviously as a water genasi, like you were in the ocean, just, dolphin, just. So this is like akin to that for her.
I'm a tad bit jealous, but
right,
it is a part of it.
But yeah, you can appreciate her for what she's doing.
Appreciation. There we go.
Yeah. So who else is on board? We got Bruce Vivane. You're basically across the table from Rourke, who glances up at you every once and again. You can tell that he is very... he's trying to ignore you, pretty much.
Captain Rourke, I hope I'm not disturbing. I wanted to inquire about these bandits that you spoke of.
Bandits. Well, we heard there were bandits out there, and well, I honestly can't say for a fact that there will be bandits. I know that there are bandits, and I think that is warrant enough to be safe.
You haven't experienced these yourself.
Kid, bandits and banditry, that's one of the first jobs for a lot of people. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. Good at that, maybe. Not. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing a man of his stature, like he either has dealt with bandits before or was a bandit once before, and it's part of the trade. It's basically you prepare for this type of thing, especially if you're one of the cargo vessels. Like, you need to be prepared for bandits. And maybe he has experience on both sides of that. And so Rourke is kind of like imagining, or almost kind of like drawing up a battlefield of sorts. This is very fourth wall, but yeah, you can see there's like a battle map in front of him, and he's kind of like placing the airship as it's moving towards your destination.
Okay. So are these men of an organization, or are they just, mindless raiders just trying to make their way?
That's a good question, but I can tell you that bandits usually act on their own regard. We do know that there are several, cities that kind of like cater to that kind of behavior. And while we know that there are certain cultists that might also be aware of what we're carrying on board, the Chaos Cult is one in particular that we have not an affiliation with or a hatred towards, but they operate in Call Gaia, and we know about them, and it's pretty easy to get word in Call Gaia.
Pardon me if this is prying, but what is on board?
Well, as far as you need to know, we got flora, fauna, and everything in between.
Very well. Can I just scan the room with my eyes real quick? I just want to see. I want to look for any sort of like signs of his past, maybe.
Yeah, make
photos, documents, or like pictures around or anything. Is this like his office or just like a meeting room?
This is definitely not a captain's quarters. Obviously, this map doesn't have like sleeping on board of it, but this is definitely like where he would go to plan. Like, this is, his private chamber in a way. And so you're standing there. It's obviously not private, but this is where he's doing his work. So you can tell that there is personality to it. So go ahead and make your perception check, or investigation, actually, if you'd like.
Ooh, actually, let me see. Oh shit! God damn it! Sorry.
It's
I gotta
okay.
reload. I accidentally hit a tab.
No worries. So
You can move on. Give me.
no, I'll let you roll when you get back. So what we're gonna do, guys, and this is for funsies, it's an 18-hour trip, and there's 5 of you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll initiative, so everybody can go ahead and roll initiative. I think I have to add you all first, though. So what's gonna happen is there's gonna be 18 quote-unquote turns. So each turn, so a round is, everybody going. A turn is each individual. So there's 18 turns. Each turn is 1 hour. So in that time, you will each pick during your specific turn a task or a room. Basically something you'll be doing to kind of either like stand guard or help assist. So there's, as you kind of like went about the ship, you understand that there's like different rooms, tasks in general. If you've ever played Among Us, it's basically like you're there, you're doing like a certain objective. So essentially you're kind of like standing guard in that specific location. The imposters, and now you know there are going to be imposters, they also are going to have turns. I'm actually going to roll a dice for them. And
Where are you going, Kai?
I jumped off the ship.
Abandoned ship.
Oh, bye, Kai.
I just gave up.
Hey, Laszlo, I'm gonna go right around the corner here, all right? So just find me when you're done with your tasks.
Tasks.
I rolled in that one.
Okay. Yeah, he could tell that your eyes were kind of like glancing about, his things. And so he kind of honorably says, you should best see yourself out if you're not going to be useful.
Very well. I'll leave you to your work.
Mm-hmm.
And I exit.
Stage left. So the idea is during your turn, so we're going to be going same round order. During your turn, you're going to tell us where you're going to be. I would actually like the idea of you deciding what you're going to be doing during each person's turn. And we're all going to do it at the same time. So here's the idea. it's a 6 turn. So there's going to be 1 blank turn, but each round has 6 turns. Does that make sense? So each of you, during each of your turns, is going to be doing something. But the role play happens on your specific turn. So go ahead and list 5 things that you will be doing. So basically, I'm going to be with Miss Packard in communications, like Salvatore's doing. I'm going to be with storage with Cookie. I'm going to be with Audrey in electricity. I'm going to be with Dr. Sweet in medic.
Gotcha.
So some of you might interlap. And so that's where that's where the fun comes in.
Okay.
All right, I'm with Vinny in up and North Reactor.
Well, you can't tell each other.
Oh.
Okay, so we're sending
what
you
do
a
we-
message.
Yeah, I want to make this as stealthy as possible. It's basically fun. We're trying to have fun with
How
this.
do I whisper on Foundry?
Foundry, I was trying to whisper you, and I think because you have Bruce space Vane, like I wasn't able to. But you should be able to do /W space GM space.
Okay.
So yeah, here's what you'll be doing. Just to reiterate, 5 activities.
Did it work?
Yeah. Thanks for the penis.
I don't think mine works.
It's Salvatore. You have to hit space after the the W, and there you do not have to put a slash there. It is /W space GM space. What are you gonna do?
Okay.
Here's what it'll look like. /W space GM space text.
Okay.
So, yeah, just to reiterate, 5 things in order during turn. So it's basically like whatever you want to be role-playing, that will be during your turn initiative. So, for example, Laszlo, you'll have 4 things and then the one you wanted to role-play. Because he rolled the lowest of initiative. So, Alonso, it'll be like whatever you want to role-play first and then 4 things.
Okay.
4 things. Like 4 other things to roleplay? I'm confused.
It's basically like where your character will be during an hour of content. So just
We're
to
taking 5 hours of time right now.
yeah, so we're doing 3 rounds of combat, and there's going to be 3 rounds of combat. Each round of combat is 6 hours. There's 5 of you, so there's 5 hours where you're able to like be somewhere when things happen.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, this is obviously like homebrew shit. So.
I'm sorry, Mr. I guess I'm really high, so let me see. We also kind of got to look all the way around the map, too, because I got to figure out what I'm going to be doing in that time. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see.
You said 5, correct?
Yep. So, like, medic, bay, comma. Communications, comma. Navigation, comma. Or you can put the person's name, because you've met everybody now. Electricity, comma. Navigation. Also, Milo is on cams, by the way. Nobody went and saw Milo during that spoof, but you all basically can walk around the map just to understand where everyone is. I put their names up so you can see their names too. This may or not be fun. We'll find out. But yeah, first impressions. What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking I saw the I love the map already, but I'm trying to figure out the game. But yeah, I think I just went and sent you.
I think I did it right.
So I'm gonna now roll the dice for imposters.
Let's go.
I'm only missing Dylan's right now. There it is. And now everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
Hey.
I don't think
Who's the imposter?
Guys, don't look.
I fixed it. I fixed it for you. I fixed it for you.
Remember.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and kick this off. So Alonso is first. Alonso, you're currently with Vinny. You're hanging out with Vinny. Vinny, you can tell he's kind of like tinkering with gadgets, like in his meantime. And here, I'll give you a picture of what he looks like. But Vinny, he's got like a thick mustache, much like yourself, and you kind of are both acknowledging that you're kindred spirits in a way. You like your quiet time. If you need explosives, something that goes big kaboom, I got you covered.
That sounds pretty exciting, actually. Yeah. What could I get some of those from you? You giving those away for free?
No, fuck no, bro. Explosives are expensive. How much money you have?
Oh, I'm pretty broke, man. I got like 4 gold on me.
Okay, here, I give you experimental explosive. You tell me what happens. And he hands you like a little pipe bomb. It's made out of pipe.
All right. All right. So the
Hustle,
payment is me testing it for you. That's the idea.
Yes, whoever you kill, if you take their money and then bring the money to me, payment.
Well, all right. Now I appreciate that. All right. Well,
Honor system.
great. Well, then I'll test it out for you, and I'll get back to you on that then.
Okay, yeah, you light the string, okay? I don't know if you
What
Under-
I
the-
do have ways to get fire. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, you see him like using his hands, like you place it down and you secure it. There's string, you pull string out, you light string, you run the fuck away.
Do you have a lighter?
Oh yeah, here. And he actually lights it for you. Oh fuck.
Oh.
And he licks it and he puts it out. Wait, you can't. Okay, here, you can have my lighter. And it's just like a matchbox.
Oh, I was reaching to put the light up, but thank you. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. And so as you're looking about, nothing really out of the ordinary happens. Everything kind of like goes as exactly as you planned. Boring. He's more or less just watching this engine and making sure like there's no kinks in it. He had previously ran to the other engine not too long ago to help Moyer, who apparently got a wrench stuck in there.
Is Bruce Vavain in here with me right now, or is that just him just hanging out on accident?
Bruce is in a different room. You can tell he's actually talking with Moyer at the moment. And just for everyone's reference, we are going in order. So it's basically like you don't know where your friends are, but you know they're on the ship.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're in the same room, I figured we would, but I see his person there.
It's
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah, Bruce is in the other engine room at the moment. Yeah, and
Gotcha.
sometimes you will end up being in the same room together, but for the sake of keeping things going, we're going by initiative order is where you are role playing. Like we're not going to role play with Bruce during your turn. Sometimes it'll happen.
Gotcha.
Like, but it'll be
Gotcha.
more or less your turn. That's the idea. Yeah.
That's courteous.
Oh yeah, no, this is good because using you as an example. So everyone else, nothing really out of the ordinary happens. Turn 1. So turn 2. Salvatore, you are in the room with Miss Packard. Yes, dear.
Miss Packard, I would like to inform you that there is some trouble in the south engine.
Oh, yeah.
As kind of had a wrench in the works, you might say.
We saw the fire. I am very aware. I am glad you brought it to my attention. I let the right person know, and Vinny was on it immediately.
That's quite curious. How long has Moyer actually been a part of the crew?
She looks down at her wristwatch. 2 hours.
Ah, that is quite curious indeed. And how long have you been a part of the crew?
She looks down at her wristwatch. 3 hours.
Really? So this crew has not been together very long.
No, just a bunch of, strangers aboard a common goal. And you can tell that she's just trying to tell you the things you would need to hear in order to leave her alone.
Quite indeed.
Looking about, there's actually tons of birds in the room. It seems as though like she is using like an old-fashioned type of communication. She seems to be very aviary friendly, and you can tell just from her clan, she is Libran. Do with that what you will, and just a little more idea of what she does. She's like the communication specialist. She dislikes Cookie specifically. That old man's always hitting on me. I have a nice ass, I understand. But he's missing several teeth, and he smells like a mule's ass.
That is very interesting indeed. You're obviously a fine woman. I do not blame Cookie. However, I see that his approach is lacking tact. I understand.
She licks her pointer and her pinky finger, and she brushes back very hairy eyebrows. You know, I've never tried pussy before.
And there's a chance you never will. However, I will say, back to my original line of questioning. Do you feel that Morelli is actually competent for his job, or do you think that he is faking his task?
Judging by, past experience of the past hour, I would say no, he is not good at his job.
That is just what I wanted to hear. Thank you. Well, it seems sus that he would send me up here, even though there was a system in place already for the alerting of a engine breach.
Yeah, those smoke alarms, that's high tech right there.
Yes, quite sus indeed. Well, thank you, Miss Packard. I appreciate your information.
Anytime, sweet cheeks. And so, Bruce, we find you at the Repair Burnt Cape. By the way, nothing has happened. Nothing out of the ordinary. You all have gone about, whatever activity you chose for turn 2. Nothing out of the ordinary. But Bruce, you are now in the, you're repairing the burnt cape?
Yeah, I picked tasks I just wanted to do, like, in character. I didn't understand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Cool. What room would you be doing that in, as you've seen every room?
Where would there be, like, extra cloth and stuff? You gotta help me out here.
You could totally be in the storage area with Cookie. Cookie, he's kind of rummaging through all the boxes looking for, like, food and such. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be looking for fabric, extra stuff.
Yeah, so Cookie, he takes a pipe out of his mouth. It's kind of, there's barely any tobacco left in it, and he's kind of like shaking it, trying to get a little bit more, lighting it again. God darn it. Hey, buddy, you got any tobacco on you?
None. I have a light.
Sure, hit me.
Alright.
Little sulfur
in your box. There you go.
Thanks, pal. So, nice weather we're having.
Really? You're gonna start with that?
Look, it gets a little misty in here. It's usually like my icebreaker. So, what brings you over?
A friend of mine had a piece of cape. Unfortunately, in a cooking accident, it caught fire, and I told him I'd have some time on the ship, so I'm here to items to repair it for him.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually a box of cloth, silk, satin, and all the other, noble bullshit. It's in that big box over in the corner. He points you over to it. It's already, like, crowbarred open. You can tell Cookie's been going through shit, just looking for, like, cooking supplies. Seal it up when you're done. And as you're kind of, like, looking for what you need for your specific thing, he tells you a little bit about himself. I'm generally happy to cook. Like, it's my pastime. It's my hobby. And, well, I took, this job because I had some trouble back in, called Gaia. And, well, you could say I'm a wanted man. It's not because I've killed anybody. No, heavens forbid. It's a little debt that I'm on the run. And he's kind of, like, ashamed to admit it.
How much in debt?
Just enough. And he doesn't want to burden you. He knows you're a man of money, but he's not, so akin to beg. Like, even though he looks like a beggar, it's because he's embraced it. Has that lifestyle of poverty.
Are you being searched for?
Not here. These guys, and I know a couple of them, they'll vouch for me. Like, I got no problems with them.
Good.
Okay. Good talk.
I'll just keep working and fix my cape.
Yeah, he lets you be. Like, he can tell that you have better things to do than talk to a poor guy. Kai, meanwhile, so you also nothing happened. Turn 3, nothing happened. Whatever you chose to do, nothing of importance. Kai, you are currently in the engine. So which engine room would you like to talk with? As you walk over there and you're just kind of like leisurely about your duties, Moliere and Vinny. Vinny's in the north engine and Moliere is in the south engine. Which engine would you like to go to?
Let's go to the north engine.
Okay. I'll bring your character over. So you see Vinny, Alonso's not there. Is anybody else in the engine room turn 4? Probably not.
I'm wherever Laszlo is.
I didn't realize how this was working.
No, but now you get it? Do you understand now?
So the third thing I selected, can I make that my fourth thing since that's the one that I get to roleplay?
Yes. Whatever you wanted to roleplay, that's the idea. It's on your turn. So you were turn 5.
I'm turn 5?
Yeah. So we rolled initiative. And everyone rolled above you, so you were last in initiative. You were the 5th in initiative.
All right.
Yeah, I tried to make sense, but I understand it. It's convoluted. It's not D&D. Like we're playing like a mini game. Yeah, we're like playing a mini game right now. And yeah, make sure you have 5 things in your list. I think I see them. I only saw 4 before.
Yeah, I only did 4 because you said 4, and so I was very confused.
Yep.
So now we're on turn 4.
Yep, and it's Kai's turn. He's talking with Vinny right now. Vinny, he's kind of like eyeing you up and down. You seem kind of pansy.
You'd be surprised. I've been around a ship or two, but still pretty new to the Gale ships here. So, you mind telling me a little bit about how these things get off the ground or off the water and?
Oh yeah,
how I'm used to them.
And by the way, I say pansy as a compliment. You smell nice. And you look pretty, like pansy.
I'm flattered.
You're flowered. Yes.
Flowered.
So Vinny, he basically pulls out like a giant wrench, just abnormally large, and he's pointing to all the different parts and components of the engine. You can tell that there's basically an assortment of runestones inside, one of each element that kind of like create kind of like a symbiosis, like a synergy between them that create this power that makes the propeller spin. And so this is one of 2 that are like the large main engines, and you passed it coming up, but there is kind of like a crystal room that kind of like creates like the overall power to the ship. So this is kind of like a vessel that is powered by multiple energy sources. And so these engines though are like the mechanics, and that's kind of like creating the force that's pushing you. The other the thrust. However, the crystals themselves kind of like power everything else. So this engine, though, is kind of like a technological marvel. It's so cool to see it. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
All right.
Just to understand it, wrap your head around it.
I might not understand it. We'll see.
Yeah. For the most part, like, you get the idea of like how runestones have been kind of embedded in technology, and that they can, create a technology that'll last and that has purpose in the modern world. And you're impressed to see like primordial energy being harnessed in such a interesting fashion. And yeah, these Gale ships are definitely like the newest tech that's hit like the modern world.
Oh, so the runestones are as the wind in the sails.
Yes, that is one way to put it. Yes, I can say that. Yes. And you can tell that he also has like his own primitive understanding of how it works. Like he's the type that puts things together to make them work. Like he didn't, like make all the individual pieces. It's like you both have your own understanding of how the tech works. And so, yeah. Again, turn 4. Do you like Vinny? That's up to you.
Seems legit.
Yeah, he seems pretty trustworthy. But he's definitely not sus. So that's turn 4. Nothing happened turn 4. So Laszlo,
So
we're on turn 5, and you chose navigations with Helga.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'll move you over, or you got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go through walls. I can't. So it's a lot easier.
Yeah. So you approach Helga, who you can tell she has like a rear view mirror. She saw you coming. Yeah, what is it, Goblin?
Oh, I just want to kind of observe and see how it is to navigate one of these airships. I've been quite curious about these airships in general. They pique my interest.
As they do most people, you can tell that an airship of this nature is very valuable to the modern man. And I suppose learning a little bit too much about it might be bad for you.
Why would more knowledge be bad? More knowledge is never bad.
Listen, buddy, I might be sus on you. You're a little suspicious type, asking questions you shouldn't.
You're getting awfully defensive, lady. Are you up to something no good?
Honestly, I'm driving a ship. What more do you want me to do? Do you want me to tell you my life story? Because I will.
I just wanted to learn more about how to drive an airship, that's all.
You see this wheel? This wheel in front of me? If I turn it to the right, the rudder, which this ship has a rudder, it will essentially go the other direction, and it'll give us that nice push to the right. And if I turn it to the left, the rudder will go the other direction, and it'll go nice and swiftly to the left. That's all you need to know.
It's amazing. What does this button do?
That's... She swats your hand very deftly. You can tell that she's got fighter-like reflexes.
Wink. Now I really want to touch it.
Listen, you should mind your step. You're actually above what appears to be a vent. So be careful.
Oh, this thing over here?
Good night.
Look into the vent.
It opens and roll a d6 as powerful flames of smoke and just very hot steam hits you in the face.
A d6. Is this a d6? That's a d8. That's a d6. Aha.
You take 2 fire damage, just barely able to get out of the scalding steam.
Wow.
Yeah, I could have told you that. I just told you to mind your step and you didn't believe me.
Hey, I mean, the best way to learn is hands-on experience, so I take some notes.
Very well. Great. So okay, I'm just gonna double check because you hear a very ominous sound in the distance, and I want to make sure no one was in the room. Yeah.
Whatever that kill noise is Among Us.
Okay, everybody move to the cafeteria.
Dinner.
Do we hear like a siren or something?
Yeah, a loud siren bursts, and it's so loud your ears you have to cover them. It's that loud. Everyone just immediately storms over, aside from Helga, who's driving the ship, and everyone arrives except Cookie. All right, we found a body. You hear Miss Packard. I was out for my stroll, and I found Cookie's corpse in the middle of storage. Poor guy.
I
middle
was
of
just
storage?
speaking with him moments ago. How could this happen?
Yeah, it was maybe an hour or so ago that you spoke with him.
Where did you find him? Oh, an hour ago then.
He had deep scars, like something sharp, like a dagger, and it seemed to have pierced straight through him. He didn't have any money on him, though.
And where
So
was
they
he?
robbed him?
Well, no, he didn't have anything.
You checked to see if he had any money on him?
Well, honey, he was poor and in debt. He had nothing.
Do you get paid before your voyages or after?
We get paid after. I don't know what kind of society you live in.
So the motivation was not for
We
more.
get paid half before, half after. That's generally how we
What? You see them all look at you incredulously. Like that's not a good way to run a business.
It is when you're on commission.
Where's the body?
Here we brought it to the med bay. Listen, we're not going to leave a dead corpse in the storage.
I meant, where did you find the body?
In storage. Basically where you were talking with Cookie. Yeah.
Okay.
Where's everybody else?
I want to head to storage.
And just to be clear, nobody said storage turn 5, right? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I double checked.
Turn 4.
Yeah, I avoided it.
Cool.
Or no, turn 3.
I want to look for clues.
Okay, investigate.
Where were we? Where Jess we went?
Yeah, everybody can investigate in storage. I think that would be fair.
Oh, can I examine the body instead?
Sure. Make a I'll say perception
Medicine?
check. Medicine check would be to apply medicine. You're looking at wounds. Although I can see the merit of it. Yeah, you can do medicine.
Okay.
Oh no! I wish you would have said.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled like shit anyway.
Who's an admin?
Admin would be Rourke, and everyone moved to the cafeteria outside of Helga, who still has to drive the ship, and everybody has to go back to their positions rather soon. So you all kind of talk about it, and Rourke says, "Everybody, please be on guard. It seems like we got a stowaway."
I asked Rourke, were you on admin at the time, and do you see where everyone's positions were?
On my battle map, no. Unfortunately, I only see the airship in the direction we're going.
So it's not so true to the game.
No, it's not exactly.
Oh my god.
It's close though. However, and this is okay. Kai rolled the highest investigation. Laszlo, by the way, you notice that there's not one but 3 marks, and kind of like a disfiguring pattern. It's kind of like, I think like Freddy from Friday the 13th.
Like stab marks or slash marks?
Like
Mostly stab. Yeah, kind of like stab, kind of like claw, gutting, that sort of situation.
Oh, jeez.
And however, Kai will whisper you information that you can share.
Oh. Do the marks look like they're made from like human weapons, or like were they bestial?
It definitely looks as though it was in a hurry that the act of violence happened.
Okay.
Guys, if we look around here, you might notice that all the boxes have been opened. Pretty torn up too.
Well, I know Cookie himself was looking through these, but this frantically, I'm not sure if that means anything.
Oh,
Hmm.
perhaps something was in one of the boxes.
Yeah, Rourke did mention something that somebody was looking for up
Was there-
on the ship. He didn't say what specifically.
The body seems to be torn up by something with like 3 kind of claw-like things, and they were in a hurry. Did anybody in the airship have some like sort of tool on them that they could have done that sort of thing with?
As you say that out loud, everyone make a perception.
Salvatore puts his hands behind his back.
Oh, I rolled twice. Sorry.
Dang.
Okay, Alonso.
We are not perceptive.
Alonso
Do
is.
the images of the dice bumping into each other actually change your score, or is
No.
that just
No.
okay?
It's
that
pretty
is just funny.
flavorful, though.
Yeah. It did bump me from a 1 to a 6, so I'm not complaining. But
Variant rule?
No, Alonso. Did I spell your name wrong? Tell you what. Oh, wait. No, what? Huh, I spelled your name right, but it didn't whisper you.
Oh.
So
Hi.
that was weird. Didn't whisper you. Sorry. So everybody reads it. Yeah, everybody reads it.
That's all right. I wasn't gonna say it out loud anyway, so that's cool. Everybody can have the. Okay, all right.
Cool. Everybody, please. Yeah. Well, if you want to roleplay it, start doing your next 5.
I'd like to say though, for the next round, I would do my best to keep out of the sight of the doctor, and then try to follow him wherever he's going. And I like to, super stealth man.
So first for Alonso, second for Salvatore, third for Bruce, and fourth for Kai, fifth for Lasso. That's just your turn that you roleplay. Oops.
Ooh. So still 5, right? I'm just making sure.
Yeah, 5 total. And then the sixth one, nothing happens.
How do you spell Rourke?
Rourke.
Who's driving the ship?
Helga.
Thank you. Where's the body?
The body was in storage, so now no one's in storage.
You're waiting
But
for...
I mean, currently, like, where'd they move it to?
In medbay. I'll move his body there.
Okay.
It hit the floor. That's where the body is.
Wait.
What are you waiting for?
I need 2 people. It looks like I'm missing Salvatore and Bruce.
I just sent.
Oh, for what I'm going to?
Yeah, you're 5.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever 5 locations you want to do. And the second one is the one you roleplay on. So Alonso, meanwhile, is currently in the medbay. So you're looking about, you're kind of trying to understand, piece together what might have happened. You look over at Cookie's body, and you can tell that, those type of wounds, they were made in a hurry. And it's almost hard to understand, what type of material, whether it be, like actual claws or maybe like some kind of blade. But go ahead and make a nature check.
Me?
Nature.
Not you. It's not your turn yet.
Oh.
But send your 5 when you can. Whisper it to me. That's at you, Caleb. So Alonso, you're looking at it. It seems to be some kind of metal for sure. Like it definitely wasn't like a beast, something like that. And Dr. Sweet, he's kind of like taking inventory of all the things in his room. It does look like he's looking for something in particular. Where did I put my damn tools? Hey, Alonso, you got a spare dagger on you?
I am trying to keep out of sight of him, remember?
I didn't hear you that. I didn't hear you say that. So, you're trying not to spot him.
At the very beginning of the round, I wanted to follow the doctor.
Right, I just didn't hear you, that's all. So yeah, Dr. Sweet doesn't notice you then, because I see your stealth roll. So, but you can tell he's looking for something. And you can tell, like, he's talking over himself, like, where did I put those damn knives? Okay. We're going to keep him short this round, but if there was anything else you wanted to do.
No, I'm going to just keep an eye on him, and then I will kind of like step out into the hall a little bit, like, just kind of keeping an eye out, but like, can't keep back and forth looking at him and back and forth, just kind of keep trying to stay hidden from him, but also keep an eye on the hallway, see if anybody swings by.
Okay.
So that's really it, yeah.
Sounds good. Salvatore, meanwhile, you go and visit Milo, who's kind of like collecting his notes, and you can tell he's sweating a little bit more than usual, having, just heard that Cookie's dead, and even seeing the body. Oh, I'm not good with blood, Salvatore, not good with blood.
No worries, Milo. This is part of our job, is to protect you. And I will do so to the best of my abilities. However, I would like to ask you a few questions.
Of course.
You were here the entire time?
Well, yeah, I'm here studying my notes. I have plenty of things I'm going to be asking the people of Hildenborough.
And were you fully engrossed in your notes, or did you perhaps notice anyone pass by this corridor here?
No, that's an excellent question. I can't say that I noticed anyone. I did hear, the clings and clangs of the engines, and, maybe that Moliere might have dropped something again, but nothing in particular.
The noise that you heard, was it from the north or the south?
Oh, definitely the south. Sounded like Moliere.
Interesting. And you're sure? Nothing at all. There's nothing different besides the noise.
Well, I can see, if you notice, that there's these arcane eyeballs that I'm able to get a glimpse of every now and then. I'm obviously studying a lot, but I can keep a lookout. Maybe I can spot them. If someone is doing something dastardly.
Yeah. How about this? You, as this is an emergency situation, keep your eyes on those arcane eyeballs, and I will protect you from the hallway.
Okay. Sure. You know what? I'll just finish up my notes. I'm gonna set them aside. You watch as he pushes them into a corner, and he's like, "I'll come back to those." And he goes and sits where the arcane monitor is. I'll keep an eye out, at least for the next couple turns.
That sounds like a good idea, and I'll keep watch here.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep watching the room. I'm not like just like focused on the hallway. I'm like more focused in the room than the hallway.
Okay. Make a survival check. Yeah, he's got like this kind of like look over his shoulder every now and again, and you're not as fast as you could be at like turning away, and so he sees that you were watching him a little too often, and he feels very he's not focused, just say that much. So that's that turn. Turns 1 and 2, nothing goes by, no reports.
I just noticed that shields are shields.
Yeah, literal shields. Great. So we are turn 3. Bruce Vane is in cargo. So you're looking through all these boxes, which, by the way, are going to be needed to be like reassembled upon delivery. And you can tell that everyone's trying not to think about that because having seen it, like all of these boxes are open.
Yeah. I just wanted to look for signs of like, are they all emptied, or were they just rummaged through? And like, if there is something missing, if there's any sort of branding on the box, or like how big the box might be. Trying to get a sense of like what they may have taken.
Yeah, make a investigation check. Most of these boxes are unmarked. You can tell that was intentional. However, there's maybe like 3 barrels, 5 medium boxes, 3 large boxes. All of them have been opened at some point during this trek already, less than halfway through.
Okay.
But most of them have like weapons, armaments. There's a lot of flora, a lot of fauna. A couple of the boxes are empty, but you don't know what was inside of them.
Okay. I'll start reassembling.
Okay. And nothing of note goes by this turn either. So Kai, meanwhile, you went to see Rourke. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so Kai, you are now in the admin room with Rourke, who is currently kind of looking out one of his windows, and then he comes back to the battle map and he takes a couple notes. See anything out in the wild there, boy?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. So, is this a common route to see bandits, or is it this particular ship that you're worried about?
Well, the problem is we are on a straight trek to Deep Rock Port, and so this, is going to be very easy to spot us. We're not exactly in a fast ship, so we have to keep an eye out. Now, I've flown this route many times, and I try to pick the time that, bandits wouldn't appear. We left at night. It's now about to be dawn.
But, like you said, ship is easy pickings.
Yeah, especially this one. Not even the fastest out in the cloudy sea.
Anything about our cargo here that would make us more susceptible to targeting?
Make a persuasion check. Well, I'm afraid that's not really information I'm liable to give.
Gen 4.
Oh, you know Army code. Gotcha.
Oh, over and out.
Over. Yep. Oh, over and out. See you later. So,
That's what we call sailor speak.
hey, yeah, he gives you some finger guns. All right. So, nothing of note that turn either, Laszlo. You are currently doing the thing. Oh, you're going to medic bay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you step into the med bay. You take another look at Cookie, who he seems to be like barely hanging on. Dr. Sweet, as well as Kita, who had visited, she applied some medicinal herbs to Cookie, and he seems to be stabilizing.
He's not dead?
He's not completely dead, but for the sake of this, he is dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Unconscious.
He's like almost dead.
Rolled 2 death saving throws already. He's about to roll his 3rd. He's out, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kita's applying
If he
some
wasn't
salves.
dead, I would try to like heal him and stuff, but I thought he was dead. Yeah. Anyways, I just want to look around to see if there's any missing tools in the medic area that could have been I might have seen earlier, or that are just suddenly gone.
So yeah, your keen mind picked up on the idea that maybe weapons were used and maybe they were taken from the doctor's office. And so you approach Dr. Sweet and you kind of like open with that thought. And he goes, well, yeah, my tools were missing for a time, but, clumsy me, I just misplaced them. Usually that doesn't happen though, so I have them again though.
I just saw that. You just found your tools? Okay. Can I see them?
Oh, yeah, why certainly. And he just presents you to a wide assortment. He has like that whole collection wrapped up in a tight little like traveler's bag where he unfolds it across the table. Yeah, we got my scalpel. There's the doohickey here and all the other medicinal supplies I obviously prepared to tell you about.
The doohickey's my favorite tool too.
Yeah.
Does any of them look sharp and stabby like? That would be
scalpels usually.
At least all of them. Yeah.
At least all of them. Well, that's no good.
Yeah, these are deadly in the wrong hands, but in mine, I intend to heal by stabbing.
Huh.
It's a new cleric subclass.
And were you here the entire time? Have you been here that entire time, or have you left the room at all?
Oh yeah, I haven't left Cookie's side since he came in. It gave me plenty of things to do.
Cool.
We were able to stabilize him in the time being.
Well, I mean, before Cookie was brought in here.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Hot damn. Jeez.
I don't see why I'd leave, to be honest. Why would I need to leave the medic bay? This is where my business is booming.
Good point.
Looks suspiciously.
All right, so people are yawning, so we'll probably be wrapping up soon. Guess who died this time?
Oh, dude! I like I said, I smoked way too much weed. I've been yawning since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's just.
I don't know what happened, but I got hit with a sudden wave of tiredness. About to go get some caffeine.
Hey, no, it's good that we'll leave on a cliffhanger as a body goes off. Basically, yeah, the siren blares as you all reconvene in the cafeteria. This time,
Who died?
So, yeah, Milo approaches everyone. Guys, I hate to inform you, but just outside of Electric, I went to investigate. I saw Audrey, leave her post. I don't know why, but she went back in and then never came out. And so I went and looked, and Audrey dead. Oh no! So turn 5, Electric. Anybody?
Mm-mm.
I can clear Milo. We were together the whole time.
I was turn 1 Electric.
I did go admin to security, from turn 4 to 5. I was walking from admin through storage, down to Electric, and up there to security.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you were walking through there, she was alive during that time, but you did watch as she kind of peered into the hall noticing like there was a sound. Maybe she saw you coming and thought it was just you making that sound.
Like she was in electric and then came out, like peered out and then went back into electric and didn't come back out?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Did you see anybody go into electric, Milo, other than Audrey?
No, I'm afraid not. But, I took a closer look, and it seems like that ventilation system, it's really connecting the entire ship. And if someone really wanted to, they could go through it.
You mean the ventilation?
Oh, go on.
You mean the ventilation that's connected from the electric room to the security room?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, if you wanted to, it's like a shortcut.
I would like to say I was in security for the last round, so I know we're not playing Among Us, but I'm just saying like I was in security for the last round. So, did I see Milo in security in the last round? Or no, he would have left to go find her, I guess.
Yeah, he saw something suspicious going on, and he went to look, found the body, and you watched him leave. We can even say for the sake of it, like you guys all kind of like had tabs on him. You knew. He went that direction. Also, make an insight check.
Sounds like a self-report.
Yeah, okay. Everybody make an insight check.
I'm so suspicious of the doctor. Wow, these insight checks, man, rough.
Damn, dude.
I mean, natural one's only technically a complete failure on an attack, but still doesn't help this total score. Still very rough.
Ooh, I have a very good feeling about something.
So Kai, just having a conversation with everyone. And especially Milo. Milo definitely didn't do it, so to speak. And you can tell he's trying to help solve this to the best of his ability. But just talking with everyone, he was maybe the least suspicious, if not, like, the most innocent, Like, he wouldn't kill someone. Especially not Audrey.
I saw Milo scan. It's good.
Milo seems pretty trustworthy.
If you say so. I give him stank side eye.
Has anybody seen the doctor's tools? He's been looking for them. He's had trouble finding them.
He found them.
Oh, he did? Where'd he find them?
Apparently where they were. He misplaced them.
I mean, that's true.
Misplace something right where they. How can you misplace something and then find them right where you know you would find them?
Yeah, so the doctor is standing right there, and he does vouch for himself. Guys, let me talk, please, if I'm being accused.
Throw him overboard!
Vent him!
At one point, my knives were missing. Not all of them, just a couple of them. But I just seem to have, set them aside. Just they weren't there when I was looking for them, and then they were there when I needed them.
Like, where you placed them the first time, then you looked for them, they were missing, and then when you look for them again, were they the original place that you looked?
Yes, and they were spit clean, like no problems.
Does the bot... Sorry.
Yeah, what's wrong with Audrey's body? Like, what happened to her?
Is it the same kind of wound?
Make a medicine check. If anybody else is proficient at medicine, they can also make a medicine check.
Were there any weapons?
Damn.
There we go.
Nice, Laszlo.
Were there any weapons that were in storage?
So the weapons in storage, it was more or less like guard type stuff and stuff you would send to like infantrymen. Nothing like a knife, something concealable. And Laszlo, as far as you can tell, having actually seen his collection of knives, these wounds, it is a similar wound to Cookie's, not the same, but they were not done by those knives.
Could I tell what weapon they were done with? With that natural 20?
No, because you've never seen wounds like these before. But you you can definitely discern that they were not done from those knives.
Okay. Okay.
Do we see where the ventilation system is?
Yeah, they're like these things here.
Here.
So they connect the entire ship. And so as you all are talking around the cafeteria table, just trying to like piece together what could have happened and how everyone's trying to just explain where they were at the same time that this happened, you hear sirens of a different kind go off. Oh god, not the reactor.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh shit. Nice.
Oh no.